So good, so good, so good.
Great gifts for mom? We've got them. And they're up to 60% off at Nordstrom Rack stores now.
You know they have Marc Jacobs?
Gotta show mom some love.
That is so good.
Snag amazing deals on Mother's Day gifts from Barefoot Dreams, Kate Spade New York, and more. Great brands, great prices. That's why you rack.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary, not available in all states or situations.
This show is part of the HeadStuff Podcast Network.
Lovely stuff.
Hey, lovely, lovely.
I tell you what, though, folks, that's bloody nice. That is bloody lovely.
Lovely Holland. Lovely touch. Lovely Holland. Lovely touch.
Oh,
Hello.
and you're very
How
welcome
are
to
you?
another episode.
Of
The lovely
the lovely
show.
show. I'm like, the delayed reaction in mass, maybe like responses, and then there's like that one straggler at the end, and they're like, the Lord shall rise again. And then the
I
Lord shall rise
feel
again.
those people at Mass are just trying to stand out.
Have their moment.
They're trying to have their little moment. Everyone's in sync.
Yeah.
They're going, the angel of the Lord declared him, and she can do all the goes, Hail Mary, brother, great Lord with me,
Yeah.
there. And then you can just have someone going, amongst women, and blessed is it. Come on, Maggie May.
Keep up, you know this one.
Come on, Maggie May.
You're
You're just
fooling no
doing
one.
this. You cannot try and set the beat.
Just because you didn't get the lead in the choir, here you are now throwing a strap.
Or you weren't picked to deal with the flowers in the church either.
Yeah, and look,
You're not in charge of the flowers.
No, know your place.
That's Nuala's job.
Yeah.
And you think you're going to go off beat?
Oh, rogue.
With
You're
the
going
Angelus?
rogue. I don't think so.
No.
We used to do when we were serving mass, we'd do it purposely, and whenever the priest would be finished, we'd start talking then and saying the response. Don't know why he let us serve
Say
mass.
again?
We'd do that very thing. We'd like wait till they were saying the last sentence, and we'd wait till they'd said it, and then we'd say it
That
as
is-
like a delayed
that
echo.
is kind of funny.
In the front row. Oh, we thought we were cool. Very cool.
God, in terms of servers, I mean, you are bad bastards.
We were mental altogether. And yet we were the best ones because we were the only ones willing to do it, probably. But still, we were every Easter. We got €25 off the priest.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, saucy
So all
enough.
them memories are saucy enough. In terms of children getting paid off by the Catholic Church, that's the sweet
decent.
spot.
That and we'd get an Easter egg. Yeah, that's the dream. We got away lucky.
Are you excited for Easter? What's Easter Sunday like in the Stafford House in Nobber?
Fairly non-eventful now because I remember even growing up and in school, there was one girl in our class who'd be like, oh, the Easter Bunny comes to me every year, right?
The Easter Bunny comes to me once a year, so she does.
That's not a thing that ever existed, right?
No.
Santa has his place, right?
We can all agree on Santa.
Yeah, I think the Easter Bunny is a joke. I think it's an American thing that, should never have come this far.
I can't wait for the Easter Bunny to hop his little butt into my garden and just empty
Drop
his
a load
big
of
sack.
shit everywhere. Because
So-
bunnies do shit everywhere
so-
if we're being real about it.
The Easter Bunny's eggs, are they his shit?
You'd have to now start to look into it.
So-
Or is it,
So he's laying them eggs.
yeah, or is it ovaries?
Oh, Justine.
I know, yeah, it's dark,
So
Kevin.
you're saying
It's
that
dark.
Easter eggs are rabbit periods?
I think this is a new marketing campaign for Easter. We'll really get people on board. But we used to be so sad because this one girl would talk about the Easter Bunny came and left a load of eggs in her garden, and we'd be like, Jesus, was I a bollocks altogether this year?
Was I a bold girl?
He didn't come near me, like.
But you'd still get a big Smarties Easter
The
egg.
dream one now. My grand-aunt every year, she never let us down. The big Kinder surprise.
Oh my God, I was
That
just about to say that, bro.
is truly the greatest
With
one.
a massive toy.
Huge.
The size of your head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely class.
I used to love, there's no greater pleasure as a child to smash an egg over your own head.
Yeah.
I feel like it's the equivalent of like hard boys in bars in American films where they'll drink a can of beer and smash it over their head.
Yeah, Stone Cold Steve Austin stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what it felt like. You smash an egg over your head and feel a little bit of pain and then
Yeah.
eat that pain.
Now, it depended on the egg, because if you got some Nestle ones, they were thin enough. They weren't going to do much damage.
No,
but
you want a
the
hard
Cadbury one,
double shell.
that'd leave a dent.
You want to...
You'd suffer for it.
Is that why you have that dent in your head?
That's exactly why.
From a hard Easter egg.
It was the Kit Kat chunky that did the damage.
That fucking egg was from last year. It solidified. It was Terry's chocolate orange.
I think, do you remember they used to do the mugs? You'd get like a
you get a
mini
good-
egg
yeah,
mug.
yeah,
You
big
get,
old
or a
lump of mug.
Yorkie one or Toffee Crisp. Still have those ones. They didn't hold much tea. Not enough tea for me now. But they were nice. They're still in the press at home.
So I told you before about our Easter tradition.
Incredible. Is it
Clue
a
dog.
Calvin thing?
Do you know what? It was a Cavan, Longford, Leitrim, Midlands thing. But I'd say they probably did in Limerick. For some reason, there's weird
Well,
connections
you were saying
between
this,
Cavan
the
and
Yiddish thing as well.
Limerick. Yeah, some sort of Elizabethan thing. But it died out in the 30s,
Right.
the clue dog, where you would boil eggs outside over a fire and then everyone would just eat them. I think there was something to do. The church banned the eating of eggs for Holy Week, which we are now in.
That's ludicrous. I thought it was just meat.
I think they found eggs too related to meat because
But
eggs,
fish was fine.
fish is fine. So hens would be laying eggs. Hens don't know
Actually, they've
the
nowhere to
holy
put them.
laws.
Yeah, of course not.
And so you have a pile of eggs, and then kids would go around on Easter Sunday collecting eggs off neighbours, and they'd say, "Guggies for Easter."
Guggies, that word. My God. It's too real.
It's too weird.
Oh, it takes
So
me
then
back.
everyone would boil their eggs outside. So this died down, and it was my uncle who we unfortunately lost last year. He introduced us all to it. So we still do it every year. So we're gonna keep it going in his
Keep
memory.
the tradition
But
alive.
this year I'm going all out, baby.
Oh, yeah.
I bought a tripod for cooking a pot over a fire,
Lovely.
and I bought like a cowboy cooking pot.
Yeah, well, I feel
cast
you'll
iron
get
job.
the use out of that.
I will get use out
I
of it.
think that made sense.
My cousin's partner Vic has made a big old bowl of chili
Beautiful.
sitting in the freezer waiting to go.
Unreal.
So we're going to do chili in a bowl, chili dogs,
Yeah.
hot dogs.
Yeah.
My cousin Patrick's home about doing a pizza over the fire.
Will there even be an egg on display? Doesn't sound like it.
The eggs are kind of taken. We've gotten too bougie now.
Yeah, you see, I don't like eggs.
But I'm appealing to the listeners of this podcast. I think we need to give them a name.
Okay,
the way,
yeah,
like,
like
if
Shane
you-
Todd has his slippers.
Yeah, I think for any successful fan base, you need to give them a name. Lady Gaga calls them little monsters.
Yeah,
What does Justin Bieber call us?
the Beliebers.
The Bleebers.
The Beliebers.
Gay boys.
Of course.
Gayborn called his fans gay boys. Pat Kenny called his fans horn dogs.
Yeah.
So
And other slurs,
we
probably.
need-
No one passed.
We need to come up with a name. What about Lovely Heads?
Lovely heads.
Yeah. Or
Lovely
you
Heads.
come up with something better.
Yeah, well, you put me on the spot here, so I'm not really at full
The
blast.
show's called The Lovely Show.
Yeah.
We're Kevin and Justine. I mean, I can't think of anything other than Lovely Heads.
The lovely heads, yeah.
Um,
The lovely hose.
So I'm I'm appealing to Lovely Hose to bring back this tradition. This Sunday, I want you to go outside. I want you to set up a bonfire, put a dirty old pot that your mommy doesn't use anymore. Stick a load of eggs in it, boil up some eggs, get all your family out, and they're going to eat eggs outside.
Outside.
It is an old Irish tradition called the Clue Dog.
And tell me, what if it's pissing rain?
That's the thing. Apparently Sunday in Cavan anyway, it's going to be dry.
Great.
So
Because the fire won't even get lit.
fire will not get lit.
Yeah,
No.
you'll be going nowhere.
We've fucking 40 eggs. We're going to do with that. Like,
See, I just don't like eggs. A scrambled or omelette is the only way I could take an egg. I hate eggs. I hate
hit
fried
an egg in the big old cup.
boiled egg. Disgusting. Don't know, never been a fan of them. So,
Well, you're a disgrace to your nation.
yeah, but I'll eat the chili and I'll eat the chili dog. So, if that's been added to the tradition,
Call
I can
down to
get on
Cavan.
board.
You'll get a big old
I can
bowl
do
of
an
chili.
omelette. I'll make an omelette, it'll be all right.
Lovely stuff.
We were on the
6
o'clock show this
yesterday.
week.
Yes, this week.
And it was, they put us on the spot.
By God, they did a few times.
Couple of times.
Yeah.
They opened us up by saying, Kevin, the last time you were on this show, you described the show in a very strange way, the lovely show. Do you remember? And I was like, no. And she was like, you described it using the word like it was dirty.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? She was like, yeah, you did. And I was like, no, I didn't. She was like, you did. Let me just check with the producer. Yeah, you did. And I have no memory of describing this show as dirty.
I don't think you did, because I was watching at home and
I might have said, like, we use colourful language, maybe.
Yeah, I don't even think you did say that.
And then right before we actually went to recording.
Oh my God.
I know, actually, when we just started recording, right before we went to like the first intro or whatever, Brian Dowling said, coming up in the show, we've got our celebrity baker, and she's going to be making a bunt cake. Kevin, you seem like a man who'd love a bunt cake. And I was like, I have no idea.
What does that even mean?
I think I said under my breath. What the fuck does that mean? If you watch back, I definitely cursed under my breath.
Just laughing.
But I couldn't stop laughing because I was trying to figure out for about 5 minutes, what did he mean by that bunt? Is it because it sounds like bum?
Yeah.
Or it sounds like C-U-N-T?
Yeah.
Or a combination of the two?
Yeah.
And I couldn't stop laughing.
No, but then you started laughing, and I was like, "Oh no, now I'm gone." And it was just, and then they were like, "Well, you're giggling anyway. We don't know what at." And I was like, "Oh Jesus Christ, pull it back."
Oh my God!
But it was hard. It was hard. You were on the spot, and like I kind of naturally don't go trying to be funny because I'm at risk if I'm trying to be funny. I'm going to curse, so I have to try and tone it back and just be pleasant and
just
responsive.
Be pleasant. That's the kind of advice your mother would give you.
Yeah.
Just go out there and be pleasant.
Yeah, represent where you're from well.
Represent Nobber.
And the family well.
You're bringing Nobber to the world.
Yeah.
And make sure you don't let Nobber down.
That's the thing. And our primary school teacher said that to us before we left school. She said, never forget where you came from. Yeah.
You're going out in the world, you're representing Nobber.
She said, you're as good as the best, but you're better than no one.
Oh, that's really good.
Isn't it?
I've never heard that before.
And I'll tell you, this woman is just full of wisdom.
Say it again.
You're as good as the best, but you're better than no one. Don't ever get above your station no matter where you go. Because Nobber will always be behind you.
It will. Because you won't forget where you came from, right?
No.
When people see you up on that stage, you're representing Nobber. People see you and they just think, Nobber.
Yeah, they do.
There was another moment where we were on sharing the couch with Christy Dingham's daughter, who is a lovely person.
Absolutely.
And
organising a fundraiser anniversary.
And it's an amazing concert in Vicar Street. You should check out some huge names going to it. But when you're going to these things, they warn you practically every question.
Yes,
that
like they had Lissa Evans, who was one of the writers for Father Ted.
The producers, from Father Ted.
And they had us warned of,
we may ask you a question. We may ask you a question about Father Ted. We're like, we're grand. That's 100%. And then right near the end of her interview about her dad, Katya turns to us and just like, Kevin and Justine, what's your favourite Aslan song?
Not even Aslan, it was just Christy's song. Yeah.
We fucking nearly froze.
I mean, honestly, all I could think of was Crazy World.
All I could think of was Crazy World, Crazy World.
And we were like, I mean,
I think we covered it quite well. I'll admit, I was never big into Aslan. I was more into kind of like American rock bands.
Yeah.
And we covered it quite well. I think we went like,
got away with it.
Because I looked at you and I was like, if I say Crazy World, Justine has nowhere to go.
Yeah.
So I looked at you.
Because I was about to say at the same time, and then I was like, I'll just let him just in case. But then I was like, oh, thank God he said Crazy World.
We looked at each other and we were like, oh, come on.
I mean,
it's
gotta be.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be the classic. I mean, so many songs are running through my brain right now, but it's gun to my head. I gotta go with their most famous song.
Yeah.
It's like if you're asked like a Nirvana song and all we could think of was Smells Like Teen Spirit. What is your favourite Aqua song? I mean, it's gotta be Barbie Girl.
It's gotta be
Barbie Girl.
I think then as well, because they kind of went into, do you hate when people say crazy
I
words?
know,
It's their favourite song. I was like, oh, Jesus, lads, give us a dig out, will you?
Yeah, they said to her, like, do you hate when that happens? When people just say crazy words. Do you hate that? And she was like, oh, no.
Look them in the eyes and tell them you hate it. Go on.
I think we got away with it.
We did.
And she was a lovely person. And I don't think, she didn't give us any shit over it.
No. Then we still had to stay on. It was the first time I'd been on for like a cooking demonstration segment.
Yeah.
And my God, they were not kind with the images they used of me on screen eating that cake.
What?
Oh, the footage that is used, my facial expressions, I've only myself to blame now, but my God, I'm having a moment with the cake. Like.
Let me just see, because I know there was photos sent into the group, was there?
Yeah, well, I have them here on my phone anyway, but they are they're fairly raw.
There's
like there's one of them I'm properly in love with the cake.
Oh yeah. I do see you making weird facial expressions. There's that one in particular where you look like you're sitting you're sitting into a wet bath filled with vibrating toys.
And then Brian put my head into the cake at the end. He just pushed my head into it.
What?
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah. He was like, you're really enjoying that, aren't you? And then I
Get
have
into
a
it there,
picture of
Justine.
that as well. Yeah.
Stick your head in that lovely cake.
It was like very intense, the whole process. There he is there, putting my head into it.
Oh my God, I totally missed that.
You were just enjoying the cake, Kevin. That's what was happening. That was it. And the mother watched it and she said we did great.
You did very well.
You did very well. Now, there was a segment where they made us talk about our first kiss, and I bet you my mother was sitting at home trying to figure out who it was, because I was talking about, it was my friend, and I'd fancied him for years, and my other friend held up a hoodie, and I'd say my mother, she knows the two fellas in question. I think she was just trying to figure out which one was holding the hoodie and which one was she shifting.
Do you think if she runs into them down the shop, she's going to ask them?
By the way, I think Justine still holds a candle to you because she was on television talking about you, like very recently. Despite this being 15 years ago.
We're the three best friends at home. Like, we're still absolutely out. Sure, I was only with them there at the weekend.
Shifting them, like.
Yeah, we all just still hold up the hoodie for each other and just shift. It's kind of our, tradition, I suppose.
It is nerve-wracking doing live telly, doesn't it?
Good Lord, it just puts you on the spot of like, and I just go into, because I'm on radio all this week, and it's, when you're doing daytime stuff as well, you feel like you can't really be your funny self anyway, because I feel quite limited in, people tuning in, they're like, God, she'll be herself anyway, and you can't be, because you can't really talk about anything that's not entirely PG.
No, you have to you have to talk as if children are watching, even though children are definitely not watching.
No.
They're on Roblox or something,
Yeah, so it's just you're not yourself, and you can't be funny. You can't really. You just have to be pleasant.
But we were talking about a Childline episode. We did an episode for a Childline special bonus kind of thing, which went down very well.
Yeah.
And we covered a lot of ground. You got some great praise online talking about your past. And it was good to see you eating 2 cakes on television to show that you very much got over your eating disorder.
I'm cured. I'm cured.
And now, just to make sure Justine wasn't bullshitting, we're going to make her eat 2 cakes. 2 different types of cake. And we're going to watch her. And I'm going to watch her now. I'm going to be outside her bathroom door just to make sure there's nothing going on there. 2 cakes was a lot to eat.
The proof was in the pudding. She ate both. There you go.
Digested it to completion.
2 cakes is a lot. And because the chef was apologising. She's like, I'm sorry now, I'm not doing an actual dinner for you. And at the time I was like, I know you're grand. But in hindsight now I'm like, jeez, I wouldn't have minded a bit of salmon or something instead, actually.
Yeah, I had to go home and eat my dinner after that.
Have you been in before when it's been food?
Oh yeah, it's always food.
Sake.
I love the food. My favourite chef, Kwanji.
He's unreal.
Kwanji.
He's unreal. He's the restaurant there.
Kwanji is a Donegal Chinese man. He's from China, but he has a Donegal accent.
It's gorgeous.
He reminds me of, do you remember the episode of Father Ted where there's an African priest being interviewed by a nun?
Yeah.
And she's saying something like, it's great, that we have a connection with the African Catholic Church. And he's like, sure, I wouldn't know, I'm from Donegal.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah. No, he's
but
great. His food is
class.
unreal.
His restaurant is class, and I actually bought his cookbook.
Yeah, I think he had a range out as well, or am I dreaming that? I worked with him before when I did a food truck show, and he was one of the judges for it, and he was just such a gent as well, and his food is unreal.
We got some questions.
Also, can I just say, I have an
listener.
update from people are genuinely losing their mind over the
Bodhrán
Catfish.
Oh my God! Is this like our two Johnnies viral?
Should we take it off? Because I've had people DM me
We've
saying
had 4 people message.
and they're like, I've heard of this happening now. A good few people it's happening to now, and I'm waiting for a friend to get back to me who said I think I might have an update.
Oh my God! Well,
So-
if you have any information about the Bodhrán Catfish woman and the
Or
Bodhrán
man.
Catfish man,
Yeah,
could be
in Cork.
mightn't be a woman involved at all.
Could be a duo.
Just keep to update any new listeners.
Yeah.
We had a report. We had an email from a lad who said
Report.
he found a girl online
Yeah.
on one of the
Sarah.
dating apps. Sarah was her name.
Yeah.
She invited him on a date. He was all excited. He was
yeah.
revved up.
Yeah.
He shaved his face. He put
did.
on his Lynx Africa
Yeah.
and his brand new brogues.
Shaved his ghoulies.
Shaved his goodies. And he washed his duvet. And she was like, let's meet at a Bodhrán lesson.
Yeah.
So he was like, strange, but I'm up for it.
I'm up for it.
Because you're kind of thinking, Bodhrán is a very sexy instrument.
Banging.
A bung, 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 bung.
Banging
It
leads
wouldn't
to more banging.
Exactly. It wouldn't take a lot to go from just that to be doing the same in the sheets.
I thought you were Christy Moore there. I don't know why.
And also, if you can move your hand in such a way
Oh, yeah,
to play
it's
a
all in the
Bodhrán
wrist.
well, you need a loose wrist but a tight finger.
Oh, there you go.
So if a woman sees you playing a Bodhrán, she's probably going, that
I
lad
have that
knows what
effect
he's
when I
at.
see a fella playing the piano.
Really?
Mother of Jesus.
Wide fingers.
Does things to me.
Yeah.
But it's also just such a gorgeous instrument. And I'm like, oh, mother of God, no.
It is.
Wet as an
anyway,
otter's pocket.
Bucko goes to the lesson.
He does.
There's no woman there.
No woman.
And the Bodhrán book says, well, look, we will just start the lesson and
Yeah.
forget Sarah.
Yeah.
You'd be silly to go home
Be
without your
taken by
lesson.
the rhythm of the music now in no time.
He does his lesson, pays the man, calls back a couple of weeks later. There's another lad in there.
Yeah.
And the other lad goes, wait a minute. You were stood up by Sarah. I was stood up by Sarah. So this is obviously a conspiracy.
There's a lot going on.
So if you have information, if you've ever heard of anyone been affected by this issue, please do get in touch.
Yeah.
The Lovely Show Podcast.
There you go.
Sorry, the Lovely Show Podcast at gmail.com.
You get it right every time.
We
Fair
want to
play to
hear
you.
more from you.
We do. And because people could be deeply affected. Some of those fellas might never be able to listen to a Bodhrán again.
And I would hate for that to happen.
Nothing worse.
There's lads out there, they're walking past the pub, hearing about it, and they're getting sick
They
inside.
can't. They can't go in and
They
enjoy
can't go in and enjoy
the
the session.
Hop into the Easter season with exclusive ad-free bonus content from all of your favourite shows. For this week only, sign up to HeadStuff Plus and get a 2-week free trial. Sign up this week and you will be entered to win a free year of HeadStuff Plus. And there will be 3 lucky winners. Happy Easter from all at HeadStuff. Go to headstuffpodcast.com and sign up today.
Lovely stuff.
So we've got some questions from a chap called Michael Robert Murphy,
Good man.
who sent us in questions before, I believe.
Oh,
Um,
he's got more to be answered.
few quick-fire questions first. If you could be present to witness a famous event in history, what event would you choose?
Oh, Lord.
A famous event in history. I mean, so many things come to the birth of Christ. That'd be good.
I don't think I'd be arsed.
Do you not?
No.
I'd be curious.
To see if it happened.
See what happened. I'd like to know how loud Mary was.
Okay.
Like, was it a very peaceful birth, or was she roaring the house down or roaring the shed down?
Well, you'd like to, you think back to those times, I doubt they had any form of medication.
Oh, there'd be nothing at all.
So how would she not be screaming the place
She'd
down?
be roaring the place down.
Yeah.
I want to know how serene the animals were in the barn.
I-
Were they aware that something holy was going
So
on,
what's happening? Yeah.
or were they just going like
This again.
hee-haw,
Yeah.
like what is going on here?
Yeah.
Trying to get some shut eye here.
Trying to, yeah.
Um,
Making a mess on the hay there.
what do you think yourself?
God, I would have liked to go and see the Beatles on the rooftop.
Oh, Rooftop Beatles towards the end of the career.
Yeah, when Paul McCartney had a beard and he was a ride.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
We've been into that now. God, what else? There's so many. I mean, I was alive for it. I wish, now this is pathetic, but I don't care. I wish I could have been a floor manager or behind the camera when they shot What's Not.
I knew you were going to say
I'm
that.
just saying.
I knew you were
Can
going to say
you have
that.
imagined being in that room at that time?
So just to reiterate, I have chosen the birth of Christ, our Lord, the basis for our entire Western religion for the last 2,000 years. Justine has picked being a floor manager on the Den for the What's Nots episode. To be honest, I did think of that.
Like,
I did think
could you be
the magic in the air.
Oh, and just knowing you're witnessing something that whatever about being there when Jesus was born and knowing you're
that'd be
witnessing something holy.
like watching Dylan go electric. Just like I am witnessing history.
Absolute, like honestly, and for the aftermath and the chats. Now, let's be real. I said the Beatles first, okay, but if I'm thinking about which would affect me more, it's a close call.
If a biopic film was made about your life,
Okay.
what would it be called, and who would play you?
Well, I'll tell you this now. I want to be played by the Bus Éireann dog. I want nothing more. Can you just the gorgeous auburn locks on that dog?
So is
That
this
dog.
like a Robbie Williams, Better Man, played by a monkey kind of situation? Like, can the dog talk? Is everyone else a human apart from Justine the dog? And can Justine talk?
Oh, I don't know. I think
So do we see like a chubby dog at the start of the film wearing a waistcoat? And then the dog learns to like find herself, starts making dog sketches,
yeah,
starts getting paid partnership
with tennis balls.
tennis balls and pedigree chum.
That dog is the most regal, elegant looking thing, which is not me at all. But if I could be anything, I'd be that fucking Irish setter. It's
Well,
the
no,
most
I think you need
gorgeous dog.
to aim high. I think, the actor is always going to be better looking than the person. Like Timothée Chalamet is better looking than Bob Dylan. So I think it's fine if you want to pick a very, very attractive dog, a regal dog, even if you do not possess the same qualities.
I mean, look, I just don't think Emma Stone is going to go for it. It's going to be a harder.
Emmett Stone.
Emma Stone.
Emmett Stone plays for Galway.
Emma.
Oh, Emma.
Emma.
I thought you meant Emmett Stone, who plays hurling
What
for
the
Galway.
fuck? Suppose they don't blame me when I started with a dog.
Imagine if you were producing your own, you're like, I'd like Emma Stone. They're like 100%. And some lad called Emmett Stone. How are you getting on? I've learned me lines.
Could you do this one not holding the hurley,
I've
please?
been practicing juggling for the last 3 weeks. I'm getting this role, Justine.
I mean,
What would the
what
film
would
be?
I call it?
Yeah.
There's the option there for a pun of Justine time, but I do also like the idea of something like 5 minutes of privacy.
5 minutes of privacy. What's that?
Sorry, 15 minutes of privacy.
Oh, like 15 minutes of fame?
Yeah, because I think that's the way the world's going now.
That's a clever title.
I thought that was
15
maybe
minutes.
clever now.
I would like Nicolas Cage.
Wow.
Yeah. Always like Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him try and get my accent. And I think I'd call the film Stop the World and Let Me Off.
Beautiful.
Just,
I'm seeing it as an action film. There's going to be a lot of guns.
I haven't had a lot of action in my life though.
I just feel like there's, artistic license there.
Yeah, I think you need to spice it up a bit.
I think mine will be a sad movie, so maybe the dog won't really work. I might need Emma Stone because she can really perform. But I think Emma Stone, I'd love Jennifer Lawrence either, but I think Emma Stone probably suits my complexion and stuff as well more. I'm just trying to compliment myself here. I'm no way comparable to Emma Stone in any way, but
So we got some would you rathers.
okay.
Would you rather not be able to see for a year or not be able to hear for a year?
Not be able to hear.
That was very fast.
Not be able to. I'll tell you something. The idea of losing your sight absolutely terrifies me. When I see someone who doesn't have vision, it upsets me so much that I wish I could do anything to help. And I don't know why. Because, you have people who have lost sight and then people who've never had sight. So they don't know even when you're describing the colour red to them.
Yeah.
That's so scary and sad. And I remember, I think it's because I watched some film when I was about 5 years old and it terrified me, where a lad, does he get the operation to get his sight back, and when he gets his sight back everything's yellow and he's very disorientated, and I was a child watching this and I was very, very scared by this, and ever since it's even more so terrified me. But I used to support the guide dogs for years and everything that they do, because I just think it's amazing, and I get so deeply, I don't know why I get so affected by it, but I
Wow.
yeah.
We did Dance with the Stars, and I remember we went to Panty Bar after one of the nights. We're having great crack. And there was like a table of people of the hearing impaired. And they got chatting to me, and your man was like he's talking to me with sign language and kind of with a translator as well. But I could kind of make out what he was saying, I could understand him fairly well. But he was saying like the deaf community like you on telly because you're very expressive with your hands.
Ah, very good.
And he was like, it'd be lovely if you could give a shout out to them. So I was like, cool, teach me some hand gestures. Or that's probably not what it's called. Teach me some sign language.
There you go.
Hand gestures.
Hand jive.
So he was like, okay, so to say thank you, you put your open hand on your chin and you just bring it down like that. That's thank you. And to say vote for me, you make a V with your fingers, and then you put the V inside your hand.
Ballot box nearly. Like that
so
kind
you're
of
putting a V inside your hand.
Yeah.
So I was like, sound, I'm going to do that. Watch out for me the next episode. So when they were saying like, the number of things, vote for Kevin McGarn, you need to ring, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So I just stuck my two fingers up at the camera and then the camera cut away.
Hey!
So it just looked like it was vote for Kevin McGarn, and then it just looks like I was giving the audience my two fingers.
Oh, brilliant.
We got an email in from Darrell Annan.
Okay.
How are ye?
How are you?
Just thought I'd add to the conversation on condom machines in Irish pub bathrooms. This is another ongoing saga.
Yeah, this is.
Pub machine Johnnies.
Yeah, the series.
Pub Johnny
Johnnies.
machines. My old lad ran a pub in rural Clare for 30 odd years, and back in the 90s he got a Johnny machine. Side note on the actual machine itself, there was no LCD screen or flashing lights on this yoke.
Oh yeah, didn't need
I'd say it was one
Needed
of the
no gizmos.
I'd say it was a knob pulling job.
There you go. Yeah.
Looking at it, you wouldn't know if you were supposed to buy something out of it or clock in for work.
Yeah, bub.
Anyway, some smart fella from Dublin came in one day and was so impressed he sent the attached into the paper. Love the show, thanks, Dara. He says, sexy name, I know. I think you said Dara's sexy name.
Starts the letter D. The sexiest
So
letter.
here's a piece from a newspaper, 25th of the 2nd, 1994, titled "Condoms in Clare."
Beautiful.
I was motoring in the beautiful county of Clare recently when I stopped for a lunch in a pub in Kilfenora.
Kilfenora.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was surprised to see a condom dispensing machine in the toilets. What a liberal-minded nation we've become, I thought. It is a good thing.
Oh my God.
In inverted commas. I remarked to the good host that I never thought I'd find a condom machine in rural Ireland. That's only for the visitors, he said. Sent in from H. Ford, Dublin 7.
Wow.
I love the level of denial
Yeah.
that we had in the country.
Jesus. Kilfenora, there's a song. Dahi has a song, and it's like I think it's his granny. And it's like used interviews he's had with her, and she's like, I met my husband down in Kilfenora and I fell in love with him. And then it's this class drum beat bass. It's a fantastic song.
We have another message here from Gemma Hart.
Oh,
Hi,
Gemma
Justine
Hart.
and Kevin. I'm catching up in the podcast, but in the Splitting the D episode from 2 weeks ago, you were talking about things you did as a teenager when you were bored, i.e. Justine and the crucifix.
There you go.
Now, if you haven't heard that episode, it does sound like...
It's a doozy.
It does sound like Justine's
Yeah.
relieving boredom with a
I'm
crucifix.
doing something a bit filthy.
But no, she literally
No.
was
Very-
hiding the crucifix.
like insanely PG story.
Very, yeah, it was nothing like
No, I was hiding
Linda
it.
Blair and The Exorcist.
I wasn't hiding it anywhere.
No, hiding it in the garden.
Yeah, exactly.
The actual garden.
No, not my gut. Look Listen back.
Just listen to it. God, I hope your mother's not listening to this.
No,
episode.
she's no.
Sonia Gemma says, when I was 14, I had an obsession with the Serbian Eurovision entrant Milan Stankovic.
Okay.
And I spent that entire summer learning 2 songs of his in Serbian. I do not speak Serbian.
Outstanding.
So I learned the words phonetically and can still recite them to this day. For reference, these are the 2 songs I know by heart. I wish I could say I spent my teenage years drinking and shifting, but alas, no.
This is incredible because I did that once with a Norwegian song called Kom igjen, Lena, which means come on, Lena. I did the exact same.
It sounds like Come On Eileen, but Serbian.
Kom igjen, Lena.
So here is the Serbian entrance from, I'm not even sure what year, 2009.
I hope I know this now. I hope it's an absolute banger. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Boppy. This rings a bell.
It looks like a sexy iPhone.
Yeah, ads. Yeah.
Face.
My God.
Gemma. So Gemma does not speak Serbian, but yes, learned essentially 3.5 minutes of utter nonsense.
Gemma, I hope you rock that out at every karaoke because what a hidden talent to have rolled up your sleeve.
It'd be a good one for a session.
Yeah.
Somebody has just sang Rocky Road to Dublin.
Like,
Dirty Old Town.
I'll top that. Eurovision has produced some absolute bangers over the years, though. It's no surprise you're learning a Eurovision song.
I was never a big fan.
Oh, I love it. There was one year, I can't remember what country it was, but their song was just, we are the winners of Eurovision. I was like, well, that is a bold move, but I love it.
Lovely stuff.
I was thinking about this. We had one question last week from the Childline episode about somebody who couldn't afford cool clothes.
Oh.
You know, and that's a big thing when you're a teenager.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, you don't have the coolest
and
clothes.
Susan has the latest Nike Air Max.
But I think if it's any consolation, I think Elon Musk has proven that you can literally be the richest person in the world and you cannot buy coolness.
No, you can't. You can't.
But when you're like, it doesn't matter if Mammy bought you the Adidas knockoffs with 4 stripes or you can't get the Nikes. You can literally look at that fucker who has literally all the money in the world. All he wants to be is cool. And he's fucking lame.
And then he sent himself into space, and now they're all going into space for
Everyone's
4
going into
minutes.
space.
Katy Perry, would you cop on? Such an absolute joke.
Who would you send into space? And would you bring them home?
Would you bring them back? That's the next question. No, I think it's an absolute disgrace with the carry on of it. And her there, I did this for women. Fucking women have been doing incredible things for years. We didn't need you to tell us that we're a paper bag floating through the air.
Yeah, I don't think any woman I know would be inspired by Katy Perry going to space.
And then she bloody uses it to announce the new set list for a fucking album.
Yeah, piss off.
Whichever now, just.
Do you know what you can do, Katy Perry? You can fuck off.
And another thing, when she fucking sang about, I kissed a girl and I liked it, as though it was a big scandal. That's nothing scandalous or anything to be fucking annoyed or ashamed about.
Every single girl I know has kissed a girl at one point.
And it's like, yeah, what the fuck is your issue?
It's called college, honey.
Good Lord. I have no time for her. I have no time for her now.
We have a news story here, Justine, just in.
Oh, yeah.
A 19-year-old man who was upset at his girlfriend for going on a cruise has been sent to prison for making a bomb threat to the ship.
Oh, I don't know.
Joshua Lowe from Michigan. Well, Michigan's dodgy, I think, isn't it?
Well.
Admitted that he was annoyed that he had to watch Pets while his partner and her family went on a Caribbean cruise, leading him to take drastic measures.
Yeah, he did.
Sending an email to Carnival Corps Cruise Lines, Mr. Lowe casually wrote, "Hey, I think someone might have a bomb on your Sunrise cruise ship."
Good God.
What followed was a search of over 1,000 rooms after the ship has departed Miami in January. Prosecutors say the Sunrise liner was headed for Jamaica and had been diverted to the port after authorities were alerted. FBI agents traced the email address to Lowe, who was living with his girlfriend's family. Lowe admitted he sent the message because he was upset that the family went on a cruise while leaving him to stay home and take care of the doggies. Can you imagine?
Christ, what is wrong with people?
What's the worst thing you've ever done to a boyfriend or their family?
I'm a delight. Sorry now. I have exes that their parents still would be like, Jesus, how is she getting on? Or they'd send me a text saying Happy Christmas.
Are you serious?
I'm a fucking delight. Excuse you.
Yeah, do you know what? Mammies always loved me. A lot of time, mammies love me more than the actual
I
daughters.
think I have that problem as well. I think the family likes me more than the fella.
Are we mammies' favourites?
I think we might be. I remember years when I was young, there was a fella who was like, "You're the kind of girl you bring home to meet the family." I was like, "But do you want me there?"
Were you insulted by that?
I didn't really, because I was very frigid at the time, so I didn't really understand. And only looking
sort of
back now,
non-threatening, none. I remember.
yeah.
I think was it Siobhan's auntie? So, not Siobhan's mum, but her auntie said that I had a very priestly.
Okay.
He has a very priestly glow, I think was the phrase used. Very priestly. I don't want to be Jason Priestley.
That's a new fucking clone for priest now. Priestly glow.
A priestly glow.
That's
By
that's
Hugo Boss.
That's not the biggest compliment you want.
No,
I
you
don't
want to be
think.
a bad boy.
Yeah.
I want moms to be afraid.
Yeah, well,
You want, like, when you're a teenager, you want, like, don't bring that bad boy in here.
that's so funny. I wouldn't have been. I would have been.
He left his bicycle parked on the road.
Very rare for me to have ever brought a fella back to my family, though, quite frankly, growing up. Not a chance. There's just too much embarrassment involved. And they'd have nothing. Unless the guy was in any way interested in football, he can't have a conversation with my father.
Yeah, see, I was never into football, so...
So it just wouldn't be worth it. We'd all sit in silence and I'd be like, this is pointless. Let's get out of here. You know, it just...
So I was never into sports, so I don't... Yeah, I remember, like, having an argument with my ex's dad. I was watching a video of Nirvana live in concert in their house. And Kurt Cobain was trashing his instruments.
Yeah.
And he came in, he was watching, he goes, look at that bollocks. And I was like, what? I was like 17. And he's like, look at him wrecking his guitars. That's so stupid. And I was like, oh, no, it's cool. And he was like, imagine if I was in a building site. Imagine if I was in a building site and 6:00 in the evening, I decided to wreck all my tools, started smashing shovels and wrecking mixers. And I was like, yeah, well, maybe if you're like, performing, building a wall in front of like thousands of people, you know, it could be a nice... nice way to end.
Maybe if it was a demolition job.
Yeah.
Actually, you'd be doing a good job.
And we just had a big argument over Kurt Cobain
Oh,
wrecking
good
his guitars.
Jesus. You see, it's tricky now because there was a fella there I was seeing and like say his family actually saw me on the telly.
Oh, right.
So that made it weird as well. And like in the segment they saw of me, I was talking about being single and alone. And they were like, yeah, because it was filmed months ago when I was, you know.
Yeah.
And so then they were like, Jesus, I don't know what to make of her. I'm like, oh no.
I think she's a liar.
Yeah.
And I think she's going to break your heart.
Yeah, it's. I think there's an issue sometimes when you live such a public life at times that people know, or they can look up a lot about you before you even meet the family. Family can look you up and know.
See,
and they're not going to find the best videos of me online. If it's me giving out about something and I'm using every bloody word under the sun, or I'm talking about getting a bikini wax, that's not what parents need to see before they meet me.
No.
I'm not that I'm a delight. I'm this.
That's just a character I play.
It's a character. It's a persona, totally. But like when a family would meet me, they'd be like, she is just a gorgeous girl now. Inside and out. And I really like, well, not so much on the outside.
She's a very nun-like glow.
She has a nun-like glow about her. Yeah.
I think you could play a nun very well.
I think I could.
How fast can you say the rosary?
I had a nun auntie. And when we were about 16, she brought me and my cousin up to the convent and we stayed for the full weekend. And at the end of the weekend, she said to my cousin, you might think of joining us. And she said to me, Justine, I'll see you at Christmas. So I think she saw after a weekend, there wasn't a hope of this bitch joining. She knew, she was like, it's not even worth it.
I love... Because like most religions are quite, evangelical. They're trying to get more members in.
Yeah.
And she had one look at you and she was like,
no.
not Back to the lock with you, Nessie.
Give me the weekend and I'll see. No, there's no hope for this one. So
I found another news story you might be interested in. An orthopedic surgeon. What's orthopedic?
Isn't that your feet? No. Oh no, is it bones?
Oh yeah,
isn't it?
Might be bones now.
Oh, no, that's osteo. Oh, look, I don't know.
Ped is foot, but it's also children.
It's yeah.
So you have to be very careful.
We need more words.
You got to be very careful if you have a foot fetish. What you call yourself?
Yeah.
An orthopedic surgeon was fined $10,000 for sharing a photo of a comatose patient's swastika tattoo. The photo was shared on WhatsApp without any clinical purpose relating to a tribunal. And the tattoo was on his penis.
Jesus.
Which is, I mean, if you're going to get a tattoo of a swastika, I suppose the penis is the best. It's the last thing that people are going to see. It's not like you're going to show it off at the beach.
Okay, but imagine me in the bed with that fella. Not a hope. I'm going home. I'm not having that in me.
Well, that is also true. It is a last minute deal breaker.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, by the way, is this an issue?
We leave the lights off. What? Why? Yeah, I don't. That's a wild one now.
That is a wild one.
Everything about
Also,
that is wild.
I can't imagine getting Anthem tattooed on my penis.
No, I know a fella, and he has 2 eyes above his penis.
Oh,
So
my
when
Lord.
the Mickey is erect,
It looks like Gonzo.
and I think there's a smile. I'm almost certain there's a smile underneath.
I mean, that's just silly.
For the
and
comedy-
painful. Is the comedy...
Is the payoff there? I don't know.
If you could get... Even if you got a huge laugh
Yeah.
and you're like, well, this girl has got the same sense of humor as me. I'm going to marry this girl.
Yeah.
5 years later, she's not laughing.
No.
She's like, can you please get those Muppet eyes removed?
Yeah. Or just let the bush
It
grow.
would be good to go dressed up as Gonzo for Halloween, where you just do a cutout and just have painted blue,
Yeah.
have it hanging out. Mm-hmm. Maybe get him to blow the trumpet.
Yeah. I could never. I wouldn't get a tattoo. I don't think I'll ever get a tattoo anyway. I get too I have too much regrets that I'll instantly get and then never forgive myself for it. And I'll end up like I'll do something. I'll end up like burning off my own skin. I'm a disaster.
I think logistically, especially on your penis, I don't know about you, Justine.
yeah.
But like any kind of pain towards that area, I know my lad would just shrink inside like a rabbit trying to go back into the earth.
Yeah.
Into his burren
I
or
actually
warren.
had
You wouldn't be able to do it. My penis
Yeah.
would just run away from the needle.
yeah.
It would go inside out.
It would, yeah. It's too sensitive, that whole
Too
area.
sensitive.
Entirely. I don't. You're asking for trouble there, so I don't know what the hell. There's so much to unpack there, and I hate it all. If I'm honest,
Do you sympathise with the swastika penis man for having
It's hard
having
to-
his photo shared? Who's in?
it's hard to.
Who do you sympathise? Are you saying you sympathise with a Nazi, Justine?
That's what I'm saying. It's hard for me to sympathise with him. I'm like, mate, what the fuck?
Why have you got a
What
tattoo
the
of a
fuck,
swastika
like? Yeah.
on your lad?
There's no justification for that.
Because I imagine people who get swastika tattoos, they want to show off to other Nazis.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm one of you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, look what I got done on my arm. But if you get it in your penis, the only people who are going to see it is like people you're about to have sex with.
Yeah.
I mean, who's that going to impress?
Who? No one.
It's like, I was mad to have sex with you, but
I'm calling the guards.
you're a bigot as well.
Right. Okay.
Well, let's hop into bed.
So I don't know where I stand on this because your man obviously shouldn't be taking pictures of people.
It's very hard not to.
Completely.
I think if I was a doctor, have you ever had surgery where you're like knocked out?
Oh, many times.
I remember having surgery years ago when I was in college, and
It's scary. You
it
wake
was
up
on
thinking,
what do you call that thing? I can't even think. I think it happened to Joey and friends. Hernia.
yes.
I got a hernia in college.
Jesus.
And I had to go get it like taken care of. So you just go to sleep. They put you to sleep, and then you wake up, and like your pubes are.
Were you shaved? I was going to ask. Yeah.
They're. I just wake up and it's
They're
shaved,
gone.
and you're thinking like, what does my penis look like? You know, there was nurses there.
Yeah.
Are they laughing?
Yeah.
Are they having a big old laugh?
Laugh. Yeah.
You'd like it to be looking its best,
Yeah.
basically. But when you're asleep, it's impossible to
No,
know.
you can't. You have no say in it.
But yeah, I think I'd be full-time taking photos of people with funny stuff and sending them
It's
on to my
so
friends.
scary because I've been knocked out a fair few times for operations now, and every time you wake, and especially because that tube goes down your throat and you wake up and you're so sore and you're like, oh, what did they? I wonder were they looking, being like, oh, where's her chest? Like, does she know? Like, were they having a laugh at that? And like, oh, she's in for the boob. She's not in for the boob job, which she should be. Jesus, would she come back to us?
I'll do them for free.
Fuck
I'll
it.
do one for free.
I'll throw.
We call her Biggie Smalls.
This is why I genuinely can never get a boob job done, because I've had so many operations that have gone wrong, that have wounds got infected, stitches burst, all this crack. I cannot take the risk because I know it would be a butchered job. I know it.
You'd be
know it.
cross-eyed or something.
Yeah.
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 Well, I think you're fine just the way you are, Justine.
There you go. There you go.
And if there's a message you can take from this program, is that just be positive in your body.
Do.
Because there's weirdos out there who are into all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, and don't tattoo.
Don't tattoo hate symbols
Yeah.
on your genitals.
Anywhere.
Anywhere.
I think that's a good message.
Especially
to leave the
not
people
your
with.
genitals.
Yes.
But thank you for all your support over the last couple of weeks. Lovely heads.
Ye lovely heads.
Lovely heads in you.
Lovely heads on
If you have any questions or queries or thoughts, please send them
Get in
to
touch
the Lovely Show Podcast at gmail.com.
at gmail.com.
And tell your friends as well. Give us a good rating on
Oh,
Spotify.
give us a rating and tell all your friends. Tell them. Sit them round, have an intervention and say, I think you're listening to the wrong podcast. We're concerned.
Yeah, I'm concerned.
And we think we know the answer.
Get out of the manosphere. Get into the ladosphere. And go out and boil eggs outside in the fire this Easter Sunday.
Yeah.
And text us some photos.
I thought you said legs and I got very concerned. But now I realise you said eggs, and that's fine.
Guggies for Easter.
Put all the eggs on the fire.
I want to see your guggies.
I will look at them. I won't be happy about it, but I'll have a look.
Thank you very much, folks. We'll see you all in next week.
Good luck.
Good luck.
This show is part of the HeadStuff Podcast Network, a hub for the creative and the curious. Shows are produced in association with HeadStuff and the Podcast Studios Dublin. Find out more or become a member at headstuffpodcasts.com.